Find your croissant. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 47 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and today's episode is going to be probably way faster than the last ones. But let's say that I've realized a bit, something about these episodes, and mostly that. In the end, at the start, I was pretty focused on reaching this 8-minute mark. If you go and listen back to the first 10 or 15 episodes, I think so, I was always either cutting short or trying to add a bit more to reach this magical 8-minute mark. And I'm kind of discovering that I don't want that. In the sense that I've been feeling very well of doing these kind of longer episodes like the previous ones, because let's say that they have been more structured. I have a lot more to say. And in general, it feels also quite nice also to listen back to them. And I feel like, again, there is a flow. Whereas maybe if I have to cut short a bit, as I will do today, it's still better than, giving you something a bit too long for the message that I want to give in. Also, this message comes from a very relaxed Sunday, where I was surprised with an amazing breakfast. I had, pancakes, and I have watched Netflix for the majority of the day, besides doing some house chores. Let's say tonight I'm gonna make dinner, so let's say my mind hasn't been necessarily working at its best, but at the same time, it links perfectly in the title of this video and what I want to propose to you. So when I say find your croissant, I'm gonna give you the story, let's say my story first, and then I will let you decide what that is for you. I think that now it has been already more than a month that one morning I went to the local supermarket to grab something for breakfast, and I saw this pistachio croissants. And I never saw them. It was the first time seeing them. They looked quite nice. So I got two, and I absolutely fell in love with them, and same my girlfriend. So the same day we went to do groceries. We wanted to look for them. But unfortunately, they got stolen in front of our eyes by some lady. And we were absolutely mortified by them. So the thought stayed in my mind. Days passed, I went again in the morning to check if they were there, and they weren't. And already here, I, started building a motive to wake up in the morning very excited. This happened 2 days in a row, and on a Friday, I remember that I went and checked, and still nothing. And I was like, you know what, let me check also on the supermarket. That's, there are two of them, one on the right and on the left. And I went usually in the one on the right, but I was like, let's see. Let me go on the one on the left. And surprise, surprise, but really surprise, surprise, because I never saw them. They also had some pistachio croissants. Turns out those ones were, first of all, way better. Second of all, available every single day. And from that day on, every morning I wake up and I'm like, yes, I'm going to go grab those croissants and I'm going to start my day right. And that has happened. Now I wake up. I usually walk to the store. It's really a 5-minute walk. Usually I do it, without a jacket, or I go, not too much covered, just to wake up a bit more, since now it's very cold outside. And I go grab my croissant. The lady at this point knows me every morning. She just puts the same price. I pay and I leave. And I come back, I have my breakfast, and I'm able to start my day. And that really has changed so much my perspective of the morning. First of all, because again, it gave me a sort of a routine. But most importantly, because I've, experienced plenty of routines before that. And in general, prior to, 2 years now, I've always been, much early, I used to wake up much earlier during the morning, and in general I always wanted and had a routine in the morning, and I started to lose that. And now with this, I have found again something that I truly like, and that puts me in a good mood to then start, facing all the more harder things that I have to do in the morning. I'm a big sustainer of the fact that you should definitely, go for the harder things first in the morning, because again, it sets you up in the right way. And the message is pretty simple and it's pretty straightforward. I really encourage you to start finding your croissant in the morning, be it coffee, but it has to be, if you can, something that is outside of the house, or at least requires you to, let's say, have some effort that in my case is minimal, and that is change, dress up and go out to grab the croissant, because otherwise you won't have it. My other, let's say, better initiative that, I should be incorporating with this is wake up earlier, get your gym bag ready and go to the gym in the morning before work. Still working on that also because we're still, let's say, not in the best conditions after the injury. So even if I wanted, that still frustrates me so bad. I cannot, so I'm having to wait for that. But try to find an activity again that you like, something that puts you in a good mood, or even better, as it would be the gym for me, gives you the chance to get a reward after. So even if, let's say, it's not the most sustainable reward, even if it can be a treat, it can be something that on the balance, on the scale, of what you did good and what you did bad, it still lets the win part, the good part win. And that in this case would be for me, go to the gym, but still being able to enjoy the croissant after. That would be, let's say, the ultimate version of my morning routine. But yeah, I really encourage you to start chasing that. And again, if you have something, as always, I'm super happy to learn more about your morning routines and, let's say, your personal croissants. And having said that, as I was saying, I don't have much more to add, and I would like to keep it shorter today. So again, I'm gonna leave you with this. And since this episode was published at night, I mean, most of you maybe won't listen to it tonight, but if you do, try to think tonight about something and implementing it tomorrow morning. If you do, again, feel free to leave a comment. And as always, leave a like, subscribe, anything that you feel like to support this channel. Having said that, I'm gonna, it's gonna be the last time I say it. Thank you much for listening. This was episode 47 or 6, but I think it's 47. It's 47. And see you at the next one.